Hi and welcome to the Zone.
We're back again.
This is the Fantasy Football Zone, your home
for everything fantasy football.
Hi, and welcome to the Zone. This is the Fantasy Football Zone, your home for everything fantasy football. Welcome, everybody, to the review show for Gameweek 11. Little guy, what do you do?
I'm doing good, bro. I couldn't be any better, especially with the kind of weekend that we've just had. Couldn't go any better.
Glad to hear. I'm also doing pretty well. Yeah, excited for the international break. Finally, things are looking up, for lack of a better word.
Really?
I think we can.
Really?
Yeah, things are looking up.
Okay. Let's wait in the show and let's see.
You should ask which things.
Okay, which things? I know other things are looking up for you, but there's some things that are looking too down. Lost you there a bit. The sound. Yeah, but anyways, of course, this is the review show. We're gonna just talk about our thoughts and how game week 11 went down. Of course, a lot of amazing games that happened. Of course, and yeah, how our teams are performing so far. Of course, we didn't get to have Queen V on the show, but still, of course, back. Deno is back again. But anyways, are you back?
I think so. You tell me.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, I think we can dive right into the fixtures and look at how the game week played out. This was one of those Friday night football game weeks where we had Southampton facing off against Aston Villa on Friday evening. And turns out that was another, well, not necessarily a Sakiko, but it had sacking consequences. It had sacking consequences attached to it because what's his name? Bruce. No, Bruce.
The Aston Villa manager, Dean Smith.
Yeah, Dean Smith. Dean Smith lost his job after losing 1-0. His fifth straight loss. Aston Villa's fifth straight loss in the Premier League so far. I think their worst run of form in 2 years or so. And I think the pressure is just piling up in the Premier League, and some of this, the ownership and the leaders are just not able to tolerate a lot of this mediocrity at this point in time, because prior to this bad run of form, Dean Smith was actually doing pretty well with this Aston Villa team. And it's unfortunate that this time they were.
I mean, especially last season, they had a very good run, and finishing, of course, top 10 last season. That was a big achievement for them. So I think this season, especially, I don't know if it's the losing of Grealish and the bringing in of new players that has cost him his job. but I think they've really been doing bad. And yeah, I mean, sorry to him, but that's how the football is. The
Yeah,
move.
I wonder who they'll replace him with.
There are a lot of names flying around right now. The likes, of course, the famous culprits, Lampard, and also, I mean, let's wait and see who
Yeah, actually, I'd like to
Newcastle will
see
get.
Lampard.
I mean,
I'd like to see Lampard back in the league.
he's also there for the
Okay.
Norwich job. He's also being talked about. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's it. Southampton again, another win, another clean sheet. I mean, also Hassan Hotel is doing a good job with Southampton. They're finally getting in the momentum, and
Yeah.
they're stringing together a couple of results, and the fortunes are looking up for them. Surely, let's wait and see if they can keep this up for sure. But good result for Southampton on Friday, and they were able to just enjoy the rest of the weekend as they watched the games play out. So we can look at
Yeah.
Saturday. What happened on Saturday? The early kickoff, the 5 o'clock kickoff. Actually, it was a goal rush. That was Arsenal, Watford, Everton, Tottenham, and Leeds, Leicester all played out at the same time.
Yeah.
And as you can see, except for the Arsenal win, the rest were draws. 1-1 draw for Leeds and Leicester, 0-0 draw for Everton and
Yeah.
Tottenham, and the
Mhm.
1-0 win to the Arsenal. I think this is why actually I put context to my statement. When I said things are looking up, this is what I meant. That
You've jumped to
finally
Sunday. You've
Arsenal.
jumped to Sunday from Saturday.
Oh, sorry, I've looked at the first one. Oh, Sunday.
Uh,
Oh yeah,
Saturday is
Saturday. Oh,
yeah.
Saturday was the early kickoff, the Manchester derby. Actually,
Yeah. Yeah.
you tell me. You're the guy. You're the guys who are doing the preview show. What did you say about this Manchester
Goodness.
derby?
I mean, I actually, of course, when we were discussing this with Vera, she was like, "Oh, it's gonna be a cagey match. Manchester United could actually, turn up and all," but she was predicting more or less a City win. I think she's predicted out 3-1. I was predicting 4-0, which it could have been 7-0. So, but I mean, this was a total. I think this is just exactly what
Well,
I expected. Total domination.
fair play.
Total
I think
domination.
fair play to Oleguna. Fair play to Oleguna. The team really worked hard to manage it at 2-0, and they made sure it ended at 2-0. I think that was a good
There's
result.
nothing like fair play. That's that. But to be honest, that was actually a fair result for Manchester United, because I think it would have got more embarrassing than that. I mean, this would have been a 6-0 slapping at Old Trafford. But anyways, I think City, of course,
But
turned up,
here's
missed a
the
lot
beauty
of
of it. The
chances.
beauty of it is here's the actual Pep masterclass. Because if it was a 6-0, Ole Gunnar would for sure be out of the door. But then he just made
Yeah.
he just made sure that they've got enough points for Ole to still keep the job.
So
So big up to Pep Guardiola there
so that
over there.
in the home game,
No,
he has
Guardiola
someone to
there was
play with in the
brilliant. This
home
is
game.
why this is why he's a master tactician. He decided, let me kill two birds with one stone. I get the 3 points, but then I keep this guy at the job. And
I think,
you
and then
can see,
again,
of course,
another thing that I noticed from him, even after the game, he didn't, as much as he was trying to speak polite, he didn't really expect it to be that easy. And you could just see how he was just talking, and he was like, I didn't expect them. I didn't expect the wing backs to. I expected the wing backs to bomb forward and stuff like that. But basically, he was just saying that these guys gave us the game very easily. So I was so happy watching that game on the big screen.
no, yeah, it was quite, of course, my desired result, and I'm happy that Manchester United are experiencing some good form, and I hope it sustains. I hope it sustains. Okay, let's go to the other ones quickly. I think there was Brentford Norwich. Oh, this was another shock one. We all
Yeah,
expected Brentford to do something against Norwich, considering they've not been on form of late actually, but then yeah, we thought Brentford are looking like the more capable ones. But then, shock on us, they were beaten 2-1 at home
yeah,
by Norwich of all people. And interestingly enough, this was the match that also cost Daniel Farker his job.
As
And you
well,
remember,
yeah.
and you remember when I was telling you that it was I think 2 game weeks ago, and I was telling you Norwich just need to get rid of their manager at this point. It's not even about getting a win or anything. They just need a new energy, a new vibe,
Yeah.
a new mindset in that dressing room. And I think they had it in their minds since then that they were gonna get rid of him regardless of the results. And yeah,
But how many
Daniel
how many
Farker
managers? How many
has
managers? How many? Anyways, how many managers do you think are gonna be sacked each and every week? Because every week we have one or two managers
no.
just going and leaving.
At this point, the majority of them have gone. The guys who are favorites for the hot seat, they've really gone, most of them. So now I think we're just waiting for Laguna. I think
No, no,
that's the
no,
only
no.
one that.
Ole is staying. Ole. We need Ole at the
No,
wheel.
I think here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think at some point the board are just gonna realize that this thing is not working. I'm
Yeah.
hoping they wait until it's too late for them to realize it, but at some point they will realize. Because I don't think Ole Gunnar is going to get something out of this Manchester team. Wait till they lose
Yeah.
against Chelsea. Wait till they lose against Chelsea again.
And against us, we have them in the next 3 game weeks.
Yeah, so I feel like it's written in the stars that Ole is the next manager to be released, and it's gonna end there until the end of the season because the rest of the teams seem to be pretty happy with their managers. Actually, majority of those teams have pretty new managers, except for
Yeah.
Liverpool and Chelsea and Man City, and Arsenal. Most of these teams actually have a
Yeah.
pretty new manager.
Mhm.
But yeah, what are you talking about? What is the next
Yeah,
match?
interesting. Yeah,
Oh,
we're looking at, of course,
oh yeah,
Brentford won
Brentford
2-1,
Norwich.
and then Chelsea. Chelsea, what a shock! Losing the
That
lead
was
in
a
the
great
last minutes.
result. That was a great result. That was a great result. Of course, we were waiting. Oh, we need people to just hold Chelsea back a bit. They're a bit dominant, yes, but of course they're susceptible to the odd mistake here and there. And yeah, Burnley were able to capitalize on that one opportunity and
Yeah,
holding Chelsea for us because Chelsea would have been clear. I think 5 points clear had they
yeah,
gotten the 3 points from this game. So it's really good that we keep touch with these guys. Of course, the rest of the chasing pack is not at their very best in terms of everyone is experiencing a hitch here and there, but then it's nice that even the favorites are also not gaining so much ground in terms of getting an early lead, a big early
yeah,
lead. So
yeah.
kudos to
This season is
Burnley.
actually quite a hard league. Yeah.
Yeah, kudos to Burnley. They took one for the team there. Oh, they
Hmm.
fought for everyone else there.
I fought for
Yeah, and
everyone.
what was the last one?
And of course, Crystal Palace, Wolves.
Yeah, Crystal Palace continuing their good vein of form.
Yeah,
Um, I think we expected Wolves to do something. I expected Wolves to do something, not necessarily win. Of course, knowing that Crystal Palace are high on confidence right now. They're flying high. The team is fit, and they're clicking. They're gelling. But then I didn't
and
expect Wolves to just be beaten, 2-0
yeah,
especially. I
and
thought it would be like a
especially,
competitive match.
I think there's so much. I like that you use there is confidence. There's so much on confidence, especially because of the Man City win. 2-0 at the Etihad last week. So I feel that really just boosted the momentum. And I mean, they've been playing well this season. I think it was just a matter of time for them. I think we talked about it about game week 9, around game week 9, that it's about time that they start picking up wins. And here they are, getting reward for their hard work and the good work Vera is doing. So yeah, I mean, really good stuff over there, Crystal Palace.
Yeah, and the last fixture for Saturday, which was a 1-1 draw, Newcastle versus Brighton Hove Albion. Um, I guess this one, I don't know. I feel like it's a poor performance for Brighton,
Yeah,
a fair performance for Newcastle. Of course, Brighton are losing momentum. It's been, I think, 3 matches now without a win. They're losing. They're
Well,
losing touch. They're losing touch with the top four.
it's
Yeah,
not
you wanted to say something?
necessarily it's not necessarily losing touch with form. I feel it's they're just really getting back to their rightful place. I think they're really punching above their weight. That's my feeling for Brighton. Not disrespect out there to Brighton, but I mean they're playing good football, yes. But however, I mean right now it's the crunch time of the season. You know, everyone wants to gather points. They're meeting a Newcastle side that was managerless, but still as well needed a win or two,
A
a
result.
win
Yeah.
actually. They need the result first of all, being that they're managerless. And of course, today Eddie Howe was confirmed as the new manager. He was there at St James Park. No, I mean at the Amex. I was there at the Amex on over the weekend. So, yeah, of course they needed just to show something. They need to show something to the new manager that they deserve to play. The players
Yeah.
need to show that. And yeah, looking forward to what Newcastle will do now with a new manager.
I like Eddie Howe. I was a fan of Eddie Howe when he was at Bournemouth. I thought he did some really good things at Bournemouth, playing some really good silky football, and he managed to keep Bournemouth up actually for quite a while. I think was it 3 seasons or
5 years.
4 seasons?
It was 5 years.
Yeah, actually, without investments also, like he was not getting
Yeah.
a lot of support in terms of investments into the team, and he was doing quite a bit with that team. So with this Newcastle side, of course, his favorite striker being reunited with Callum Wilson.
Wilson. He has Ryan Fraser as well with him. Yeah.
He managed to get the best out of Ryan Fraser for one season, but then also they fell out with Ryan Fraser at some point. Also, that's what resulted to Ryan Fraser leaving Bournemouth. So I don't know how that will play out. But of course, he has inherited a really good crop of players over here, and of course, with this new ownership, he's gonna get backing. He'll be able to, go shopping from some of these Premier League clubs, maybe the likes of Norwich and Wolves and what have you, or maybe get the fringe players from some of these big teams. Players like Hudson Odoi, players like Ainsley Maitland-Niles, or players like those who are not really nailed on in terms of game time. He can build a team out of those fringe players from some of these big teams, and of course, he might end up doing some interesting things with this Newcastle side.
I had a joke that he was used to in Bournemouth, shopping at places like Toy Market, Kikomba, and now he's going to be shopping at Mr. Price and Woolworths. But anyways,
at least he knows value for money.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah. Looking forward to seeing.
So I guess we can dive into that Sunday, and I had already preempted all that basically Sunday breakdown, the 5 o'clock fixtures, which was 3 games playing at the same time, 3 big games actually, 3 big games. Everton versus Tottenham, really big game because of the new manager, especially Antonio Conte. Everyone was excited to see what he will bring to Tottenham.
Yeah.
Everton under pressure. Rafa Benitez is not really getting this team to hit the same high notes that they were hitting in the start of the season. They seem a disjointed lot at this point in time. Something is not clicking. Something is not working out.
I think the lack of Calvert, right there, the lack of Doucouré. I remember Doucouré was actually a big part of how they defended and attacked in the beginning of the season. That's why they won so much form. So I think the lack of those players is really doing, and it's really exposing Everton a lot.
Actually, I would argue that Doucouré seems to be the more important player they are missing, because when Calvert was out injured and Doucouré was still in, the goals were coming in from the likes of Townsend and Gray and whoever. Yeah, but then now all of a sudden it's like they can't get a goal. They can't buy a goal actually. Talk about buying a goal. Tottenham cannot even, I don't know, lease a goal. I mean, one shot. Was it one shot on target? Yeah. Or actually, they've not had a shot on target one shot on target was for Manchester United against
Manchester City. United game.
Tottenham have not had a shot on target for 2 games at this point in time. For 2 games. Yeah. With a forward line of Son, Kane, Mora, and what have you.
But
This team
I
is
mean, we'll probably let them off the loose, especially because they have a new manager now. He's been 2 games in charge, and you can't really say he's worked with the players very well. I think one of the things
no,
he really
surely,
needed to sort out. I
surely
think one of the things he
he
really
has
needed to
not.
sort out is defensively. Defensively, especially if you saw that Europa Conference League game that they conceded 2 goals after having a 3-0 lead, and of course it was a very crazy game that they had. So defensively, I feel is what they really needed to sort out first. The ability to score goals easily and accept teams to play around them easily. But I feel now they're a bit more okay. They didn't play the best of games, but I think that's what he's trying to work on and then go forward because they have the players to do so.
Okay, I'm just laughing because even if the philosophy is defend fast, surely no shot on target. Like it's just extreme. It's just extreme. But yeah, let's give him time. Expressions were saying that Antonio Conte is going to need a Rolex, a Richard Mille, and a Philip Patek. Every kind of timepiece that is out there. The manager needs time. The manager needs time. So let's wait and see what he'll be able to work with this team.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good result for us Arsenal fans. Of course, Leicester also playing out a 1-1 draw. Leeds, Rafinha with the goal.
Yeah.
Leicester, Harvey Barnes with the goal.
I mean,
And
that was a
another
crazy
really
game.
good result for Arsenal. Yeah.
That was a crazy game. Just after Rafinha, of course, scored a free kick. A minute later, Barnes top corner. What a goal! That was a crazy game. And of course, being that Leeds is so expensive, some of us were really expecting Leicester to ship in a lot of goals. But I think Leicester's true colors are now kind of showing up. I don't know. Ever since that Arsenal loss.
Leicester are really showing some serious defensive frailties. It's like they can't keep a clean sheet at this point in time. That's the biggest problem because they're definitely going to score. They know how to score. But yeah, it's that clean sheet that's coming back to bite them. But yeah, a really good result right there for us who are neutrals in that instance. But then I jumped to the first game for a reason: Arsenal versus Watford.
Come on.
Because this was we were the biggest beneficiaries of all these results. Of course, getting a hard-fought 1-0 win against Watford. I don't know why it was hard-fought. I don't know why I'm using the word hard-fought because it's not like Watford really gave us a run for our money.
Yeah, they didn't really do much.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily a game where we were holding on for dear life, But it was one of those that we just failed to be clinical. And this is why I guess you were laughing because I was a victim of our lack of being clinical at this point in time. Aubameyang missing a sitter, a penalty. Gabriel header was cleared off the line by Foster. And I think he denied some few other more clear-cut goal scoring opportunities.
Yeah,
On another day, this would have been a 4-0 win or something like that.
Yeah, that's true. I think that game was all about Foster. He really saved them in that game. And to be honest, I feel we slept off at a point in the game that we could have actually that game we could have actually lost 2 points or even all the points. You know how Watford were just getting those Ramsdale mistakes. They were just a bit of sloppiness just at the back, giving away a bit of balls. I think we're we hang on, but I think this is something that I've noticed about this Arsenal team is the level of resilience, the resilience that they've been able to just just contain and sustain within games. I think that's something. Last season, I feel we could have lost that game, but now, I mean, we're flying. I mean, feels good to be an Arsenal fan. 5th in the table, 6 points off the top of the league. I mean, not bad.
We're looking up for sure. And yeah, I think I just want to jump on that point of resilience. It's like this Arsenal is showcasing a whole different side. And I can't wait for the international break to to pass so that we face that Liverpool side, because it's not necessarily I'm confident that we will beat Liverpool, but I'm really curious to see how far our development has come, especially against an opponent of this caliber. You remember we are taking it a step at a time, and this run started, of course, with Tottenham and us being very skeptical that against Tottenham it could go either way. But then we put up a convincing performance, and then we struggled a bit with Brighton and Crystal Palace. But then the Leicester game came, and we were like, then this is another test. It's like usually teams like this get the better of us, but then somehow we had turned a corner. And then came the Watford game, which we were now very fearful, actually, because we're like, now it feels like it's a bit too good to be true. It feels like at this point maybe we are likely to break the duck. And last season we would have lost that game clearly. But then now this Liverpool game is now the next level, the next level of test that we need to come. That defense will be tested against the best of the best. That attack also will be tested against the best in terms of defensive prowess. And I feel like this game is what will literally show us how far that Arsenal team has come in terms of developing and gelling into a serious top 4 contender, actually. Because where we stand, we might as well call ourselves top 4 contenders right now.
I agree with you totally. I feel we've stood the test of time. Right now, of course, unbeaten in 10 all competitions, unbeaten in 8 in the Premier League. So, I mean, we've stood the test of time in the league, especially against the mid-table and the lower side of the table teams. So now I think, and especially coming back from a point where we lost the first 3 games, I think that level of resilience to be able to just also keep that running. And then now I think, of course, as we look at Liverpool ahead, that is going to be the real test. We're going to see which kind of Arsenal it is. As you said, I really don't expect us to win, because this is Anfield and it's Liverpool. However, I feel there's a lot to, of course, this Liverpool side isn't all that. It isn't all that, just as we're going to see, of course, in that game against West Ham.
Actually, we can just dive right into that West Ham fixture. And I mean, what a game that was. Right from the kickoff, it started with fireworks. Ilikuwa na mbwe. It was quite an entertaining game for sure. I am lost for words. I feel like I'm sounding like a broken record, just complaining about how West Ham are really showing that they're the real deal, And this was another level. For them, We're just now talking about Arsenal being put through the Liverpool test, but then these guys passed with flying colors. I liked the tactics that Moyes deployed against this Liverpool side. I mean, he knows the strength that his team has, and you could see from the midfield all the way back, they were so compact. They're so big, they're so strong, the defenders, the midfielders. So they were able to just keep most of these Liverpool players at bay in terms of being able to play their, silky football and all that. But then they were just catching them on the counter.
Yeah.
There's actually a counter attack or a set piece, because they know they're good at set pieces, and they know they can pull off a counter attack, And he forgot all about playing beautiful football and whatnot, and he just played to his strengths, and it favored him, and he got the result for sure.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, this West Ham side is actually really good and resilient as well. As you said, the compactness of the shape was actually one of the key things that Liverpool just didn't have space to play around like the way they used to. And another thing, Liverpool is, you see Liverpool like the expansive football where they have the fullbacks going really wide, and other wingers going really wide, diagonals from Van Dijk and Henderson, things like that. But there was no space for that. They couldn't get in behind this West Ham team. I think that was something really good I liked about this game. And another thing that I also really liked was just how true they were to their identity. They didn't change their identity. However much Liverpool, are trying to dominate the ball and all that, They just stuck and sat back and waited for the right moments. And when the right moments came, a set piece and all that, and the resilience as well to just hold a lead. Actually, so if it wasn't for that beautiful Origi goal, I think it would have told the true story of this game. That actually it was a 3-1 kind of game. As well, that West Ham deserved to win, and good win to them. I had predicted 3-3 in this game. Could have actually been 3-3 if Mane didn't miss that chance towards the end. But what a goal from Trent, by the way.
Yeah, it was definitely a beautiful game to watch, and I love how the Premier League is shaping up. At this point in time, there's really no respect for anyone. It's like it doesn't matter who you are. If you're not bringing it, then you're gonna be caught napping. And I hope Arteta really studies that game during the international break to just learn how West Ham were able to put a stop to Liverpool's unbeaten run. And maybe he can deploy the same tactics or better, because our defense is having a better record even than West Ham defense. So it shows that we are capable. We are capable of shutting the back, shutting down at the back. And of course, we just need Thomas Partey to be back for that game. But I think we'll preview that when we are preparing for Game Week 12. But basically that brings us to the end of the match roundup for Game Week 11. A lot of amazing results right there, and we're excited that we managed to catch the best of the action. Let's transition to the consequences, of course, of these results in our teams, especially the FPL results. And we can start with my team so that you can see how Arsenal, as much as I'm excited, Arsenal really played well. I succumbed to Arsenal lack of clinicalness. Is it clinicalness? Something like that.
Wow. I don't know the word, but I definitely know it's not clinicalness.
It just might be clinicalness, actually. or is it clinicality?
No, clinicialism.
Okay, put a stop to it. All right, as you can see, things didn't go so well for me. Game week 11. I think if there was ever a game week to go for a differential captain, was game week 11. Of course, I knew Salah was not gonna. I just felt Salah was not gonna bring in the double holes this weekend, and I thought, this would be a good game week for me to branch out. So I went for Captain Aubameyang, and as soon as I saw the penalty, of course, I was excited that my captain choice is paying off. Until only when I saw how he chose to kick the penalty, and lo and behold, that was basically the end of my game week. Even Aubameyang had a difficult game week actually in that game. The first chance where he sliced it to Bukayo Saka, he actually should have scored. He was in a very good goal scoring position. He would have just unleashed a shot over there and it would have been a goal. So I think I was just unlucky for this game week in terms of my captain choice. But I feel like it was a worthy risk to take. Of course, I suffered greatly for it.
Interestingly, it could have actually been a good pick. It could have actually been a good pick because he actually got about 2 or 3 chances that he could have actually got a hat trick.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like despite how it turned out, I feel like it was just unlucky. But then it proved why I took the opportunity, because the guy got the chances. The chances came his way. The clearest of them all, of course, being the penalty, but he really got some good chances. And I guess it just wasn't his day for this game week. But then that was the hallmark of my game week, because of course it cost me, instead of getting captain points, I got double the minus. And of course the rest of my team was not showing up for the game week, as you can see.
And you took a hit as well, right?
Yeah, I took a hit for Aubameyang actually. But as you can see, Tony underperformed. Buemo was nowhere to be seen. My Rashford choice is looking like it's not going to pay off anytime soon. Jimenez, of course, was not on song for that game. It was only my two defenders actually, Cancelo, Livramento, and Guiata. Oh, and Smith Rowe. And actually, I thought of captaining Smith Rowe as well, but then I just figured Aubameyang is more the proven goal scorer in this instance. So I thought, no, let me just go with the pedigree. But yeah, Smith Rowe, I like that Smith Rowe did not disappoint. Managed to bring home some good points. Yeah, that was my team basically.
Interesting.
This is actually the closest. This is the closest I've come to getting average points this season.
FPL Elma is like, ouch.
Yeah, I feel you, Elma. I feel you.
But anyways, I mean, this is of course not a game week at all by any means on any chance. But I think especially the double up on Brentford as well also really had you there. I don't know whether that was a long-term decision or a short-term decision.
No, it was. I feel like the biggest mistake, especially now, is the Rashford signing. Because at least Evantoni and Mbuemo, I know they're getting game time. So at some point, maybe they're likely to do something. But then Rashford, especially with the run of games that Man United also have coming at them, and the fact that he's preferred as a what's the word, super sub.
Super sub.
Always seeing him more like a super sub than a starter. That's likely to be the signing that is going to hurt me in the long run. But generally, I've had a pretty bad month. The month of what was it?
October.
Yeah, October has generally been a pretty bad month for me. My decisions have not been paying off. I remember even when we were starting the month after the international break, and I was telling you how my team was not tailor-made for the next run of games because of, I had wild-carded with the previous games in mind, and now it was like just trying to play fix here and there, and the little fixing here and there that I've tried have not really paid off. And I've really suffered for it this month of the previous month of October, and looks like it has stretched into November or the start of November.
Looking like. But anyways, of course, let's dive into my team and have a look at what green arrows actually look like. But anyways, I think I'm disappointed though. I'm actually disappointed in myself, let me say, for my performance in this game week. Especially on the bench, I overthought a decision in the last minute. I think we're doing the preview show with Queen V, and as debating who to bench, and I ended up bringing Mbuemo into my team and bench Livramento. That is a decision I think I regret. I don't regret, of course, the Ramsdale and Foster move. Of course, Foster saving that penalty is what gave him, of course, most of those points. But yeah, either way, I mean, I still performed well. Someone looked at my defense and was like, "How did you get all those defenders in?" And I mean, of course, the back, it's looking really good at the back. Trent, of course, with a beautiful goal. Cancelo, of course, delivering 2 assists, clean sheet. And Reece James, of course, with an assist, really good. Rafinha, of course, doing what Rafinha does. And to be honest, I think Rafinha has been a differential for me for the past few weeks. And especially is helping me cover up, especially for those who have Smith Rowe. I think I've been trying and matching the kind of points that Smith Rowe has been getting with Rafinha. So not really bad. Of course, Salah didn't have much to do, but interestingly, he's still yet to blank over the last 7 game weeks. He's still yet to blank. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to take that away, especially if other captains didn't perform. I'm happy to take the 5 points that he gave us, and of course, Vardy, Antonio, blanking, really not that good. But anyways, got 70 points, and of course, this took me right above you in the standings.
Yeah, with the 2 points. Is it 2 points or 3 points?
Well, I don't really remember how many exactly there are, but I mean,
Yeah,
I was just so excited to just see that. Okay, finally, after a whole month of October chasing you,
yeah. No,
the
it
hunt is
finally
now
came your
on.
way. And I think this is the benefit of the wild card again, like I said, because you wild carded when you were coming into October.
Yep.
And yeah, you in the long run, it has definitely paid off for you. And yeah, congratulations. Actually, that was a really good performance.
Uh,
The team finally came good, and it finally, performed in a good way. And Antonio could have actually was due a goal in that game also. It's
yeah,
just I don't
yeah.
know for whatever reason it just wasn't coming his way, but he was definitely due a goal.
Yeah, I had just to confirm, I have 749. You have 743.
Ah, yeah, it's 6 points.
Yep.
All right. Let's see how November plays out. But yeah, basically that's how the cookie has crumbled so far on the FPL side of it. International game break is 2 weeks, right?
Yep, yep.
How sad. How sad.
For
How
some
sad.
reason,
How sad.
I was looking forward to this international break, unlike every other international break we've had, because I felt I really needed to just, because the games were really coming in thick and fast. I needed to sit down, look at every game week from a different perspective, the game weeks that are coming up, and try and plan for them. So I think this 2 weeks gives me that kind of, opportunity to sit down and really plan without thinking about the next game week in mind.
But then also, I feel it's not very good because, of course, there's always the scare of injuries with international
Yeah,
breaks. And now that wildcards are no longer available to be used, there's that scare, of course, and especially when you look at your team, most of the players there are already internationals.
yeah,
Most of the players there are already internationals. So I think that's the downside of this 2 week international break. The fact that we don't know who's gonna come back healthy, who's gonna come back,
hmm
tattered, and we
yeah.
can only hope that we won't be in a very desperate position come game week 12. But
hmm
I like how, I mean, it doesn't even feel like it's only 11 game weeks in. I mean, the Premier League is already bustling. There's so much that is happening. Five managers have already lost their jobs. That is 11 game weeks in.
Yeah,
Five managers have lost their jobs.
it's crazy.
Um, you can see, the table has turned, literally.
Yeah,
The former title contenders are now battling elsewhere. The former relegation contenders are now battling elsewhere.
that's
I
right.
mean, there's been a serious shift. There's been a serious shift 11 game weeks in. And that should only tell you, actually, when you look at the table, number 12, position 12 has 14 points, and position 6 has 17 points. There's a difference of only 3 points between position 6 and position 12.
Yeah,
That means the pressure
it's
is
still
is at
tight.
an
It's still
all-time
tight.
high. It's at an all-time high actually. Get a loss and a draw consecutively because then you yourself on the other side of the divide for sure.
Yeah,
So yeah, that we have all those to look forward to. The new managers have come in, better caliber of managers. We're yet to see what Antonio Conte will do with this Tottenham side. Of course, we're yet to see the appointments that are gonna come in. I'm sure in the international break, all these managers will get appointed. The Aston Villa manager, the Norwich manager, and the likes
yeah,
will get
and
appointed. So it's gonna be exciting for sure. Anything
yeah.
from you,
Maybe we can just
Ajuke?
read a comment. Can just read a comment that we have. Elma, who should we bring in for wildcards? All right. Who would you bring in for your wild card? I mean, very interesting. Of course, thoughts right there. I think, especially during this international break, you need to first of all just hold on to your wild card. Just hold it close to your chest, because this could be a very opportune time. It could be a good thing or a not so good thing, especially because of the if there are injuries that could happen during the international break, or how South American players coming back is an issue on the first game week. So I think that just hold it close to your heart. But if I'm actually really thinking just long term, I think especially defensively, you need to have at least Cancelo, Trent, or you need to have at least one Chelsea fullback as well. That would be my those would be my top three, especially of course with Salah. Those would be my top three you should have.
Yeah, I think at this point, there's not much to write home about forwards. There isn't a
Yeah,
forward to really jump for,
yeah,
be it the premium or the mid-price forwards. It's a hit
yeah,
or miss for all of them actually. So I think at the forward position, there's not much to justify anything, at this point in time. Maybe if we can use fixtures and say Tottenham have a good run of fixtures coming their way, so maybe that might justify getting the Tottenham forwards in the hope that, of course, under the new manager they'll hit an upturn of form at some point. But then, of course, that's just going off of hope rather than anything to back that. Because when you
yeah,
look at how this team are playing, they're not really necessarily showing that they are those people. But then, other than that, I think it's just a matter of who do you like. Based on your eye test, who do you feel? Who do you feel is likely to do something special? Something like
yeah,
that. So I think it will be a difficult time to wildcard, honestly, if you are wildcarding, except for the obvious picks at the back.
yeah.
Going forward, I feel like it's more like picky ponky. It's like whoever you pick, you're not really sure, except for Salah. The rest of them, you see, neither here nor there. It could
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
It could hit. It could not hit.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's it for me.
Okay. That covers it for our Game Week 11 review show. Thank you so much also for spending time with us. Thank you for honoring us with your company as we just went through the review of how the games unfolded for Game Week 11. Of course, stay tuned for Game Week 12. We have a break at least to just re-strategize and maybe relax a bit as we gear up for the next round of FPL fixtures. The drama, the emotion, the glitz, and the glamour. It's going to be amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out. And that's it from us.